Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I want to showcase the next character slash the next build that I wanted to play in last Epoch. So I went away from my Loft Druid, where I played pretty much, I think, almost every single Druid build that I could think of, from like Swarmblade and Lightning version and the Cold version and the Werebear and the Swipe and the Rampage Werebear and the Cold Dot Werebear and all kinds of like sources. And before I decide to min-max one character to at least as good as I can, I want to get or figure out or test some other builds just to see how, like, to expand my horizon basically on this game, to find out what are the kind of like builds that I like, the skills that I like, basically the masteries that I like, and so on and so forth. So I started to test out some Void Knight, Warpath character, because, you know, Whirlwind Barbarian, Cyclone, Slayer, whatever. Whirlwind or Cyclone or Warpath in this game, always fun. Right click, spin to win. Was super fun. As well as like trying out the different other things like Erasing Strike and yeah, big cool stuff over there. Then I played a little bit of like Thorn Totem, and by the way, I didn't like level up these guys in endgame and gear them up and stuff. It was just like, how do the skills feel like, and so on. Thorn Totem Shaman was also something I started level 30 or something. And I played this Thorn Totem Shaman back in the beta version, and I had a lot of fun with it. It's a totem build. It's like auto turrets and stuff. It's a super fast character. One button build. Very, very impressed by, the Thorn Totem Shaman. But there was one character that I was, like, specifically interested, but I'm also, like, scared of trying this one out, and this is the Runemaster that I started to level up yesterday and already level 86, having so freaking much fun on this character. So what is the Runemaster? It's basically your mage archetype. So you can be a sorcerer, a spellblade, or a Runemaster if you pick the mage. And the Runemaster has as its mastery, it has a runic invocation. And this is like, I don't know, like 50 skills in one. So basically what it does, you have 3 different runes, where if you cast a frost skill, it gives you like the frost rune, or in this case, the heal rune. You cast a lightning spell, you get a gone rune, which is the lightning rune, and a fire skill granted a raw rune, which is obviously the fire rune. And then it's based on which combination you're using those runes on. So if I'm casting spells, you see those runes over my head. And based on what combination I have, I'm casting different spells. So there is an entire list here of your runic invocations. And so, as I said, this is one skill that basically inherits all of the other skills that you see over here, which are completely based on what you want to achieve on your character, right? For example, you have here on the bottom side your let's say runic invocation buff, basically, which shows what would you currently get if you're pressing the runic invocation. So at the moment, it's wordless invocation, means I gain 80 ward plus intelligence. So I click this and I'm getting just ward. This is like if I don't use it with any rune. And then you have, for example, I cast one. Let's say I cast a Lightning Blast. I'm turning my Lightning Blast into cold damage, so that's why I'm getting a cold rune over here. What does it do now? It gives you a rune shard. If I say, hey, I'm having a lightning rune and a fire rune, and we mouse over, it gives you the Anvar's Eternal Ember. So if I have those 2 runes active now, and I press the runic invocation, I'm generating these like swirling fireballs, right? And if I press it, for example, a next combination, what I'm currently using is Frost, Fire, Frost. This gives you the Reowind's Frost Guard, which is like a massive like shield where, again, like ward retention, ward on hit, I think, and less damage taken and stuff like that. So I use that and I'm getting my buff. And these novas here are basically triggered from using the runic invocation. So this is basically a combo mage, if you want to call it like that. And this is like the little bit of scary thing, because you kind of need to use the runes in a way where you get the result that you want to go. If you say like, hey, I want to play a Hydra Hedron build, then you always want to go Lightning, Fire, Fire, and then cast a runic invocation. So if you screwed it up and you do like Fire, like Lightning, Fire, Cold, then you get all of a sudden the Grand Prison Nova instead of your Hydra Hedron, right? So that is like kind of like weird when it comes to the playstyle, but there is an easy, super easy fix on that, and that's why I currently cannot show you more than the couple combinations that I just did, because there is a skill point into the runic invocation skill tree, and this is the immutable order. Whenever you gain a rune, instead of it depending on the type of skill cast, it always results in your sequence of runes mirroring the first 3 skills on your action bar from left to right. This effect ignores skills that don't have any elemental tag. That means all I'm doing here is I'm casting Lightning Blast, so I would get a lightning rune. But I did convert my Lightning Blast into cold, so now it's a cold skill, so I'm casting one of these, and I'm getting a cold rune basically, right? But what it does now with this skill is I'm just hammering away my Lightning Blast, and you're gonna see I'm generating exactly the runes that I need in the exact order to get the shield. This is basically what I'm playing here with this Rhea Wind's Frost Guard basically, right? This one over here. So that means all you need to do is to figure out what kind of skill that you want to play over here, and then basically put them in the right order. So, means if I say, hey, my skill of choice is the Rhea Wind's Frost Guard, and therefore, to play with that, I need Frost, Fire, Frost. What I do is in my action bars down here, I'm having a Frost skill, a Fire skill, and another Frost skill. As I said, Lightning Blast converted into Cold from my skill tree, and that means it does not matter what. I could spam any Fire skill. For example, so I'm using here, I don't know, fireballs, right? And the fireballs itself will still generate me the cold, fire, cold runes, because this is the exact order that I have my skills over here. I cannot modify those runes anymore, but this is the perfect thing where I say, hey, if I want to focus on this specific rune word combination for my runic invocation, I just need to align my skills the way I want to have it, and boom, you're always going to have this skill that you're focusing on, which is it is so much quality of life and is really, really good. So, another thing, so basically, as I said, this combo mage, Runic Invocation, gives you like 50 different build options, which is kind of like crazy. And to give you guys a showcase on what a build I'm currently working on, it is basically focused around the fragment of the Enigma. It is spark charges. And basically, what these are doing is pretty much getting a lightning explosive attached to the enemy that detonates and leaves an area of effect, basically just exploding enemies, right? And I feel like explodies in every other ARPG, super much fun, and the skill that I'm using to attach those spark charges is the Lightning Blast, which is basically your common arc skill, you know, your lightning skill that chains to many different enemies. And this is basically not dealing the damage, but it attaches the spark charges onto the enemies. And then I have some supplemental skills that are also attaching the spark charges onto the enemy. For example, on the fragment of Enigma, it says, where was the line? When you cast teleport, you apply a spark charge to all enemies around the destination. So if I'm like teleporting on top of that, I'm applying spark charges. Then I also have the, with my teleport, I scaled down to the Elemental Dawn, which says teleport casts Elemental Nova when you arrive. And the other 2 skill points, when you start the cast and when you land the cast. So basically, my teleport is now triggering my Elemental Novas. Why do I use Elemental Novas? Well, pretty simple. They can also put spark charges onto the enemy. So basically, my my lightning bolt or my lightning blast is generating spark charges over here, like a 30% chance. I don't know why I'm actually missing 1 point over here. That's kind of awkward. That should be actually 10% higher. Shit, I need to respec 1 point somewhere to fix that later on. But just, the idea will still be the follow. You're using Lightning Blast that attaches spark charges. You're using Teleport with the Elemental Dawn, and you're using a Runic Invocation with the Elemental Starfield. That means when I teleport, I'm triggering my Elemental Nova, and when I'm using my Runic Invocation, I'm triggering Elemental Nova. And the Elemental Novas will also attach spark charges to the enemy, so does my Lightning Blast. So that means, and then we're gonna scale into more chaining and chaining range. So, insane chainings, insane clear, explosions, and lots of cool things happening, but this is like still work in progress. That's why I don't really want to make a build guide about that, because there is still core uniques that I'm missing. I don't have a legendary yet. I found a couple of cool items to stick with it, and I decided to go with intelligence stacking. Because what does intelligence do? It gives me ward retention, it gives me cast speed based on my weapon, it gives me flat lightning damage for my spark charges, and also in my tree from the lightning blast, I'm also giving spark charges a massive more multiplier. But I'm kind of wondering right now, where is all my skill points going? Because I actually have plus... Oh my god. Oh my god. I just realized what happened. That is very, very unfortunate. Okay. TLDR, I was shattering items for runes, and apparently I just shattered before the video my helm with +4 to lightning blast, and now I have a 3 rune bolt on there. This was the one that I was about to shatter. Wait, it took me like so long to find that +4 storm helmet. Oh, okay, but now it makes sense why my lightning blast basically is missing those skill points over here. Well, this is, yeah. Whatever, I'm gonna fix it. It's not gonna be a build guide anyways, but just as a showcase of what the build is currently looking like, okay? Let's do it this way. Man, I'm kind of mad right now. I was so happy about my +4, and then I just literally mistakenly equipped it and like shattered my helmet. Well, that is unfortunate. Anyways, so what we do... we start the Echo with our double flame ward just to boost our my ward over here. Then we are casting any spells to get our runic invocation going. Bam, and now we are ready to go. We're teleporting in. We are just casting our lightning blasts, and we are just sapping around, getting elemental novas on everything while teleporting. And then you see here these nice little explosions all coming from the spark charges. So as I said, my deliver skill is my lightning bolt, and then I am applying the spark charges onto the enemy. They explode, the chain reaction is going off. I use my runic invocation to trigger elemental novas for more spark charges. I'm teleporting on top of enemies for more spark charges, and it just feels amazing to play. And with the increased chaining range and everything, it is just... it makes so much fun. And this build is actually on level 70. It kind of already felt tankier than my druid, which is level 91. So we're having massive ward generation. We're having massive cast speed coming from intelligence stacking. We have giga damage with the spark charges. And this is just like the start of the build. Once I get my core items going, once I get back my +4 spark helmet, for example, I would have like a lot more damage on that as well. And I'm currently farming the offhand of the boss, the skeleton dragon boss, because this offhand will actually give me every time I cast a spell, I'm losing life, but I'm getting ward for it, and I'm also using elemental or damage leech, so I'm recovering the life that I lost. But this will end up in massive ward stacking. So at the moment I get like 4,000 or 5,000 ward when I'm just like having up my rune stuff and my shield, and I'm just casting, you see, 2,000. So I'm getting like ward when I teleport, I get ward when I hit enemies, when I crit enemies, when my runic invocation goes off. Like I'm just stacking ward. And with this offhand, then I will then generate even more. Like not this offhand obviously, but I'm gonna get to like, I don't know, 10, 12, 13,000 ward in combat, and it's gonna feel very good. But as a showcase on what Runemaster is and how it works, I think it is just freaking amazing. And the build that I found here with the lightning blast, the spark charges, explosions, and speed and clearing, and good single targets, good survivability and everything, just hits every single spot. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on my journey on the Runemaster, the spark charge Runemaster. And yeah guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.